Hey Pisces, welcome back to my YouTube channel. These are going to be your messages for the month of July 2019. I did a little something different with the angle of the camera this month, and I went ahead and put out the first layer of cards just to save a little bit on some time. So let me know if you guys like it this way or if you'd like to see me do it a different way. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. You guys have really great cards here. So first of all, when I was meditating on your energy before I started the video, the word that, or the phrases that came to me were good things come to those who wait. And before we even jump into the reading, Pisces, I want you to know that you have a ton of major arcana. You have, and they're very powerful. You have the Magician, the World, the Lovers, and the Hanged Man. So I feel like this phrase, good things come to those who wait, are all centered around these major arcana that are playing a big role in your month of July. So let's get into this because I'm intrigued. So I feel like you guys have, first of all, you have the Ace of Wands at the center of your reading. So you guys are definitely looking at a lot of really big changes going on. After a period, I feel, of stagnancy, maybe, where you just felt like things weren't moving, things had maybe kind of plateaued, nothing was really happening in your life. There was maybe a frustration because maybe you were seeing other people advance or move on or, doing things, and you felt like there was just such a stuckness that you couldn't overcome in your own life. However, this was all just an illusion, and there were things kind of happening beneath the surface that maybe you weren't aware of, Pisces, or there were things that needed to kind of happen or take place before this Ace of Wands energy of this shifting and changing could come in. But now you're looking at the energy of the World. Now you have the energy of the Magician, the Lovers, the Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh, these are really great energies. So for those of you who have been waiting to meet someone or get married or have kids, July could be the month for you where it's your time. I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially with the Hanged Man being next to the Lovers, some of you have been waiting for a romantic partner for a while, but not just any romantic partner. You've been waiting for the right partner, the person that feels good to you on a mental, emotional, and soul level. And you weren't willing to just settle for any old Joe Schmo off of the street, And so now, after a period of doing that sort of waiting and that internal kind of work, you're seeing the manifestations of this love come to fruition. Ten of Cups here, a lot, and it's over the King of Cups, a ton of emotional abundance and fulfillment in the month of July. Your cup is definitely going to runneth over. So congratulations on that. And I feel like a lot of you guys are coming out of a sort of difficult period in regards to work and money as well. You have the Four of Pentacles, which is an energy of having a sort of fear or an anxiety around resources and money, feeling like you have to kind of pinch pennies, feeling like you are having a fear of losing your resources, having a fear of not having enough. And so maybe, Pisces, you guys are coming out of a situation where resources were a little scarce and you were kind of having to be a little frugal and pinch pennies and, spend wisely and delegate your money to more important things as opposed to having extra to spend on things that you just wanted out of luxury. And that's okay because you do have the Magician card next to it. So there is a sort of reckoning happening. There's like a self-realization of that maybe you have forgotten, and maybe it's like a small simple truth, but it's still ringing very loud and clear for you guys in the month of July of hey, I am in control of my money. I am in control of how much I have to spend and how much I'm bringing in and the opportunities that are being presented to me. And you're creating different and better opportunities for yourself even. So it's more than just a mental realization or an emotional realization of this. You're actually seeing the fruition of it with the World card, with the Ace of Wands, with the Ten of Cups and the King of Cups. And maybe you were also dealing with some people that were jealous. Maybe you were dealing with envy in the workplace, or maybe you were dealing with people in your personal life that were very envious of you, and there was a sort of competitive nature that was present, or some sort of tangible tension that was around work or personal relationships because of your resources and what you had, and you know, things like that. But in any case, you've done a lot of transmutation. You've done a lot of work to flip these energies, these more difficult energies that we tend to not want to deal with. You flipped them in your favor. So very good job on you, Pisces. I hope that makes sense. I know some of these messages are more specific, but let's see what your second layer is bringing to you. Additional messages for Pisces. What else does Pisces need to know in the month of July? So looking at your second layer, Pisces, you have the Ace of Cups at the center. You have the Sun card, another major arcana. Ten of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. The Ten of Swords. The Two of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, right off the bat, I will say that there is some good news headed your way. You have the Page and the Knight of Pentacles. So kind of a continuation of your first layer there. There's definitely good things headed your way in the sphere of work, money, opportunity, resources, things of that nature. So if you are waiting to hear good news, if you are waiting to hear back from an employer about a job or whatever the case is, a loan, it could even be a legal thing. I do see a lot of these going in your favor. And you have, like I said, the Knight of Pentacles backing that energy up. So let's get into these. You have quite a few swords cards here. So you have the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So I feel like for some of you, this is maybe a past energy that is what you're walking away from in the month of July. So this could be a sort of Eight of Swords here, a sort of feeling of helplessness, imprisonment, feeling like you didn't have a say over what was happening to you in your life. Maybe this is connected to your money. Maybe this is connected to job and work stuff, where you were just kind of being handed the shitty end of the stick, or you just couldn't seem to catch a break, and you started to kind of go into the space of like, what is wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me? Why am I attracting these things? Like, why do these things keep happening to me? And so a lot of you guys are overcoming that. And some of you may still kind of be in this Eight of Swords energy where you're not quite out of that place of thinking yet. But I see a lot of you kind of finding the light at the end of the tunnel. You do have the Sun card above the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords here. So definitely coming out of a period of feeling defeated, feeling overwhelmed with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords here, feeling just an energy of I can't, or it won't, like it just won't happen for me. It's not for me, you know, just very heavy negative thinking, because swords do kind of represent more of our mental energy and what we're thinking to ourselves. So I like that you have these cards, but you have the Sun card at the top. So you are seeing, like I said, the light at the end of the tunnel. And you've learned to, you've seen the light in such a way that that you're realizing with the Two of Wands here that you can overcome situations, and it's not a matter of what's wrong with you. If you look at the image of the Two of Wands here, he is tied to he has one arm tied to one wand and then one leg tied to the other, and he's seemingly trapped there, like he can't get out, but he's not taking into account that he still has one arm free that could easily untie him and he could be free. So it's a nice sort of transition that you're going into with the Sun card and the Two of Wands, of realizing, like, I can get myself out of this. I can overcome this. I'm not helpless. I'm not somebody that needs to be saved, or, you know, that needs someone to kind of carry the load for me. I can do it for myself. Magician card in your first layer. And I do see opportunities coming for you that will allow you to better express that. You have the Ace of Cups here at the center of your reading. So not only do you have more creative opportunities coming your way, but you also are going to be, I feel, opening up more about your trials and tribulations. You definitely, Pisces, have a story to tell that people are interested in hearing. So definitely use that to your advantage in the month of July. And, you know, don't be afraid to say to people, this is what I've been through and this is what I've overcome, because you are much stronger now. I mean, you have a lot of really great major arcana energies. So, you know, tell your story and show people, Queen of Swords, how you've overcome and how you are stronger because of it. I mean, and even if you're just even if it's just a truth that you know within yourself. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to scream it from the rooftops, but even if it's just like a quiet kind of truth, or a quiet kind of knowing or confirmation or affirmation that you say to yourself, of like, this is where I was and this is where I am now. This is what I've overcome. That's really great. That's really beautiful. And I think that sometimes we need to remind ourselves of the things that the places that we've been and the things that we've overcome, so that we can continue to push forward. And that's what I see you guys doing in the month of July. So I think that's all I have for you, Pisces. I'm gonna stop the video here. I hope you guys got something out of this. Leave your comments, your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, and yeah, good luck with eclipse season. We have two eclipses getting ready to happen in the month of July. We have several planets in retrograde, so I will see you guys at the end of it in beginning of August. Wow, already close to August. But thank you guys again so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care.